All right, so today your text onto photo assignment is due. I'm going to give you the whole period on this. There's a few people that actually turned it in yesterday, and I would suggest if you turn it in yesterday, unsubmit it because I'll go over some things right now that hopefully will make your photo, your composition a little bit more successful. Especially because I saw a bunch of the same things yesterday. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play. No, not the slideshow. Not from there. I'll do it from this slide. Okay, again, everybody needs to look up at the board because this is the most common thing that I saw yesterday. Please turn your seats so you can see the board off of your phones. Thank you. All right, now this image right here. It's just a black and white photo, but it has an insane number of words. Okay, and actually I believe this is the Gettysburg Address. So, they didn't have to make this up. They just copied and pasted from his actual speech. But the moral of the story is most of the images that were turned in yesterday, and there were only a few, they only had a few words. A few, a few phrases. It wasn't, again, very dynamic of an image. And today I'm going to challenge you to create compositions, to create, images that use a ton of these typed out phrases or words to hammer in your perspective on what you want this to do. Now, let's see. Darn it. See, it went that way. Okay, let me try to get it back. Let's go from this slide. All right, this is an example of an actual image that was made. And then we see the student example that they use this image as a reference, right? So they created this one based off of what they saw here with the rock. And that's pretty good. Now, again, you want to make sure that you are not just using a basic amount of phrases or words, really basic fonts, that you actually create texture and depth with all of the text layers that you have. I tried to count this and I stopped. I got up to 80 words. And I just, I just was like, okay, there's more than 80, right? So your file should have a minimum of that. All right, if you want to create images that are layered, that have depth and it's designed, then that's what you need to do. So again, the words, the images that were training yesterday, you probably want to unsubmit. And make sure that you are using all of your knowledge in Photoshop to rotate the words around, to use blend modes in the layer window. That's exactly how this person, uncovered the background using their type. And not only that, but again, to layer the text itself. Let me try to get to that specific slide that I'm thinking of. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, just look at how many text layers we have up here and how they're on top of one another. Again, by using blend modes, you can actually have them kind of interact with what's behind it. So that's what I would do is if I was you guys, I was working on this, I would make sure that I'm using my text layers to the greatest, ability that they can offer. So any questions about that? No? I really want these to turn out awesome, and I'm going to give you the full period. I want you guys working on them for the majority of the period, trying to think, is this the most dynamic looking image I can create? All right? You have the whole period to do that. And I do not want you checking out a half an hour in and just playing games and doing whatever. I want you to use the time, again, to try to make the best looking image possible. Okay? All right, so I'm going to end the slideshow, stop recording, and give you guys the rest of the period.